Hey everybody, Steven here. Different video today. It's something I've been thinking a lot more about, is just shooting some of these videos, just talking about some of the things that maybe I don't find as interesting. Because a lot of times I'll put myself in the shoes of what I think people may want to watch. And a lot of times I don't even know if that's true or not, right? So with this one, it's just some of the behind the scenes things that have been going on in trying to just open up this space. So I've been a trainer for I've been doing it over 13 years. So I think we're coming up on 14 years now. And I've worked for a fitness studio, worked for Fitness Together for 6 of those. And then I've been freelance since. We tried to open up a spot called The Warehouse and that failed. Then I went over to a gym called Body Masters. My stuff actually got stolen. Somebody came in, I had a backpack, I put a lock on a locker. They came in with bolt cutters, cut it open, stole all my stuff. Somebody found my wallet at a church parking lot, so I got my ID back and all of that. And then they found my backpack in the parking lot at the gym, just everything torn out of it. And management wouldn't do anything about it. And they wanted $500 cash a month for me to train out of there. And it was one of those things where it just seemed shady from the get that they would want cash. And I was like, I can't write off cash. Like, I'm not bringing you cash, so I don't have any documentation. And me and one of the managers there just didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. And so then I left there, went down the street to Fast Fitness. I was there for a couple years before the owner there just like gave us 2 weeks notice and was like, we're closing down. And so then all of us went over to Journey Fitness. And when you're a trainer, you have to pay dues. So your rent is, and I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so $300 to $500 is kind of the average here. It's usually a standard fee. And then they'll say, well, all of your clients need to be members. Even if they're only here to train when you're training them, they still have to be a member. I have people that travel that'll see me once a week. They'll come an hour, they'll drive an hour just to see me once a week, and they would still have to be members. And so Journey, I calculated they were getting close to $1,000 out of me. So I left there, I went over to Obtain, I was there for a while. I had that room upstairs, and then Michael wanted more for the rent just because his expenses were going up with using the AC and heating and stuff like that, which makes sense, right? But as it got to the point where it's like, all right, now you're getting close to $700. It's $675 after the handful of clients that I had members over there, plus my dues. Like, that's what it was. And I was like, man, you guys could just essentially pay me the same amount and I can open up my own spot. And pitched the notion of that to all my clients, and they were like, yeah, we're on board. And a lot of them were like, it's about time, because they get sick of obviously changing gyms, but they also get sick of these other things that pop up. Like, all right, well, we're gonna charge you like memberships this, but that's only gonna be for 3 months, and then it's gonna be $30 for 3 months, and then it's gonna be $40, and then it's gonna be $50 a month, and we're gonna scale you in. But that's a lot of money. Like, so as they're paying me, they're then paying the gym. They're never coming to the gym, right? Now I'm encouraging them to use it, but they are gonna go do their stuff at their house or whatever it may be, or like I said, they don't live here. So those extra expenditures on their end, they weren't necessarily happy about. So the fact that we wouldn't have to mess with the gym, like Journey, like they started micromanaging us. Like, we as trainers have to check in. Like, we have to scan in our card and all that. And it just got to the point where every gym I've been at has had their own thing. And I'm not gonna knock them because it's their facility, it's their rules. But as you butt heads with management or the owners or whatever it may be, it gets to the point where you do start contemplating, should I do my own thing? So when I went ahead and told everybody, hey, I'm gonna open this up, one of the first things was like, are you gonna be able to afford that? Like, is one of the big ones. And the thing I said every single time is, like, here's the breakdown of expenditures, right? So I'm currently in a facility that costs $731 a month. At peak heat, so in August, it was $120 for AC, where I'm running it 24/7 with electricity, right? So we're looking at about $850. So every facility that I've been at, it's charging anywhere from 300 to 500 bucks. So let's just take the maximum 500 bucks. Can I come up with an additional 350, right? At Journey or at Obtain, it was 675. I have a handful of clients that are paying me 30 bucks a month essentially to help out. And it was an ask. I told everybody, this is an ask. If you don't feel comfortable, if you don't want to do it, like literally don't worry about it. I had a couple clients that were initially like, yeah. And then they're like, I don't know if I'm unsure. I was like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't want to add stress to you guys, and I'm not going to stress out about it, because I've had a couple clients that have actually stepped up a bunch and like, hey, I'll actually pay you a little bit extra. Like, I'll pay more than my share, meaning instead of my average rate of like 40, 45, they're paying like 50 a session. And because of that, I don't have to worry. But even with that, it's one of the things that I think about is like, okay, you don't have that. Let's take that away. You lose a couple clients. How much are you earning on average per month? And can you still afford this place? Luckily, my wife has a really good job, so we have that. We also have a baby on the way though, and we have an 11-year-old son. So I do think about money, but I'm not gonna freak out and stress out about it. That's not gonna create a healthy environment for me, one, to train my clients, but two, if I'm in that mode, I'm not thinking smart, right? You're being very reactive to the situation. You're on defense instead of trying to be on offense. So with that, it's not something that I worry about, but like I said, my clients always ask, can you afford this? Can you afford this? And I constantly go back to, what's my freedom worth with this? And it's something that I encourage a lot of trainers to think about. Like, if you are in a position, are you comfortable not spending money on a bunch of stuff that you don't need, right? Like, you don't need, like, I was thinking like clothes that people waste money on. Because I rarely buy new clothes. Like, all my stuff's like from like 4 years ago that I bought. These are from Walmart for 15 bucks. I buy my shoes off eBay because I can get them like 40 bucks for a $160 pair of shoes. Like, can you be smart with your money? Stop eating out all the time, cut back on expenses. You don't have money to do all these things. If you were to do that, you would then have the money to not worry about it, and you could afford to do your own thing. So constantly going back to that. I'm not worried about it because we've cut back on expenditures. We don't waste money, and it gives me that big incentive. This is, I always think about something Gary Vee talks about. He's like, we're talking about dreams here, right? Like, this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, where it's mine. Like, it's easy. I'm not going to stress out about it because it's something that I really want to do. And with that, when we cut, we make those things work. Like, I've mapped out, on average, I'm making anywhere from $2,800 to $3,800 a month on average. And that's with my bare bone clients. Any of my extra ones on top of that, I don't even think about. To me, it's just, oh, cool, it's extra, right? Look at my bare bone clients, that's what I make. And then from there, we subtract all the money that would go to this place, tack that onto what my wife makes, and it's like, all right, that's our monthly collective. And then from there, it gives me a top view, it gives me perspective. This is what we have, this is our expenditures. Yeah, cool, don't spend all that money on that stuff that you guys don't need. Cut back on food, don't go out anymore, and you're good. Matter of fact, you'll probably save 500 to 1,000 bucks, right? Now that's your cushion. And because of that, it's easy. Like I said, I won't stress out about it. So it's something to think about. And I want to encourage, because I have a couple other trainers here in Tulsa that are like, man, how'd you do that? And for me, I always tell them, you need to invest in yourself because it's an investment in your clients, which is why I've done the functional range conditioning cert. I just did the rock tape cert, grip approach, DNS. Like, I got a laundry list. My degree's in nutrition. I've invested in myself because I know it's an investment in my clients, and they see that. And because of that, it's easy. When I need something, they're always there to help. They are like obviously they're a huge part of why I'm able to do what I'm able to do. And they're so generous that it makes this possible. A lot of people don't build those relationships though, and then they have quick turnaround with their clients. And they're not personable, or the client sees like, oh, they're not investing in themselves. They can see it when they see another trainer and they see that the knowledge base is different. I also charge what I see a lot of entry-level trainers charge. There's trainers here that charge what I charge at $45 an hour, and they just have a NASM. I'm a medical exercise professional as well. Like I said, I have a huge list, but to me, I don't really care about, that's what I really focus on is I'm doing this so that I can be better for my clients, right? And they, like I said, they are responsive to that because my price point is lower, because I should be charging, I've heard other people like, you should charge 60, 80. And it's like, I don't know where you think we live, but it's just not something that's plausible here. I could do it. I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. I'd feel, because I know if I'm going to charge your higher rate, you better be delivering at that higher rate. Like if you charge 80 and you're here, it better be insanely on point every single time. Like you don't even have the margin for a bad day, in my opinion, if you're charging that much. So here it provides me leeway, right? I get leverage. So like I said, my price point is lower, and all of my clients know I could be charging a lot more. They've seen the other trainers that are out there. So because of that, the bathroom that got done here today, a client helped me out. Now he's giving them sessions as a thank you, but like I feel comfortable asking, and they're always willing to help because of that. Because they feel that I've provided a tremendous amount of value, that they want to give back. And I always want to do that. That's one of the things that I think about constantly is how can you deliver more value? And with that comes go to more certs, have more knowledge. Understand that there are different ways that you can help your clients. That's why I just did the rock tape, so kinesio tape. One of those things I've wanted to do for a while, and now I know how to do it. And I'm doing it for free for clients for the next couple months. And then eventually it's like $1 so that they can help pay for tape, because they just can't pump out more money like that. But those little things matter, and they understand that. So, I mean, the biggest thing that shooting something like this, more like a video log, is just talking about a couple different things, which is like, if you're a trainer, biggest piece of advice I can give to you is invest in your clients, which means invest in yourself. And then if you're at a gym and you're like, I hate this, I don't like this stuff, and you really want to branch out on your own, map out what are all this stuff that I'm just spending money on, I don't need to spend money on, because it's just dumb expenses that you're doing. You don't need a bunch of fancy stuff. Instead, open your own spot. You can start with small stuff first, right? You can start with the bare essentials and then grow it from there. And as you do, with that, I think that builds that, I'm trying to think of the verbiage I want to use here, but it's that loyalty with your clients, because they see that you've invested in yourself and then back in them. All my clients know I emptied a savings account to pay for all this stuff, but the investment is worth it. And I've told them, I want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable and that you have an awesome experience here. More loyalty from them, and they're super excited when they come in, and they are thankful. And that's the other big thing, because they're like, we don't have to go to the dirty gym, you're keeping it clean, all these other things, and I can control all those variables. So if you have that option, I definitely encourage you to do so. So if you guys have any questions though on anything that I've done with this, in terms of where I got my equipment, shopping for stuff, like all of that, anything like that, I'm gonna shoot a couple more videos like this too. Like I said, my hope is to provide value with all of this, that I'm not seeing with other people where they're only talking about the upside, because some of the stuff that you do think about for a second is like I said, how am I going to pay for all this? And luckily I had a lot of this because I was buying it all slowly. But anything like that where you guys have questions, definitely let me know in the comment section. Or if there's a video on something specific that you do want to see too, long format wise, let me know. So that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if there's anything that I can do to help, something I've also been thinking about is like how I end my videos, and it's just something like, if you like it, thank you, subscribe, all that other stuff. I don't necessarily need any of that from you guys. Like I said, I just need to really hear from you in terms of how can I provide more value for you guys. If it's videos, whatever it may be, that I can help out, that would mean the world to me, so that, like I said, I can actually just provide more value. So thank you guys so much for watching. Check back soon. I'll have more of these uploaded, hopefully the next couple weeks. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna write out some stuff and see, like, kind of keep a list going of things that I think that I for right now think would provide value, and then go from there. So thanks for watching.